Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. What's popping, guys? Welcome to ZeerTalks. And I wish I was here to say that we won 2-1. But unfortunately, for idiotic reasons, والله all this أنا ماني فاهم ماني فاهم كيف وصلنا لهالمرحلة. أنا ماني فاهم والله العظيم. أنا مصدوم وأنا ضايع.
يلا الحمد لله على كل حال.
Alhamdulillah, we got further than I expected, but even then, it's not good enough for the path that we had, man. It really is not good enough. Not good enough, bro. I'll talk about it. But guys, you know what to do. Subscribe, press alarm bells for future content, notifications, like, comment your way. Check socials, and inshallah you're well wherever you are. And listen, where do I begin? Where do I begin?
You know what? I said that
We should realistically make the final for on it and for serious. And I stick by that. We should. After beating Manchester City, we actually should, which is why I'm very disappointed. But I want to also say, I'm not like, the fact we got here is crazy, because I thought we were going to lose to City and we beat them. But when you beat City, it's like you set an expectation for yourself now. You know, I believe when you have put yourself in a position in which you have an opportunity to do something, you have to take it. You just have to take it. And that's where Al Hilal were when we beat Man City, only to get Fluminense. Then, if that was the case of winning, which we did not, then you play Palmeiras, Chelsea. The opportunity was there, and we didn't take it. I feel like we just didn't take it, and that for me is not good enough. And it's not good enough. Listen, Inzaghi starting lineup, I understand why he did it. I would have gone with a more attacking approach personally. Not gonna lie to you. I think Lejami should have played. I don't know why he didn't play with the way he performed. Yeah, you should have given him the momentum. But I understand why he did what he did. It's like he was thinking, if it's working, why fix it type thing. I understand. I really get it. Wallahi, I understand. Like, it's not one of those things that makes zero sense. No, it makes a lot of sense, especially for where we are and where at the time where City was. If you can do that, why can't you do in this game? I understand. But my problem is the substitutions. If I look through now the substitutions right now, like I am, the earliest substitution we made, 75th minute. And we went 2-1 down, 70th minute. That's not good enough. Well, the moment we equalized, when did we equalize? We equalized after being 1-0 down, 51st minute. Realistically, I would have rather him do it then. If not, 60th minute would have been okay with me. He waits till 75th minute. 75th minute. ليش؟ لازم نعزمك لشيء، تحتاج عزيمة، تحتاج دعوة. حبيبي, make subs. Without subs, no impact. I don't want to see this in the Saudi League. I don't want to see this in the King's Cup. And I don't want to see this for Nukhba, the Champions League Elite. I don't want to see this at all. I don't want to see this in the Super Cup neither. None of this. I beg, none of this. Because right now, what I'm hearing from Serie A fans such as Gio, such as Francesco, they're saying that's what he does. I hope that's not what he does. Because in Champions League, I've seen him manage games very well against Bayern, against Barcelona. Hell, even in the Champions League semi-final against AC Milan. That was the one I watched. And then in the final, Lukaku comes on, screws them over. Maybe that's not good management there. And then the final, he lost 5-0. But even then, I still don't think the 5-0 is like an Inzaghi. I still think things happen. Again, I'm not changing my energy. The thing is, Inzaghi needs to make subs earlier. And when I look at the subs as well, he brings on Hamdallah. I wanted Hamdallah I wanted Kenna to go off. Ya Habib Galbi, why didn't you do this earlier? Another one. Blahy for Harbi. Why did you sub off Harbi? Harbi was doing his job. Harbi should have stayed, in my opinion. If you were going to bring on Blahy, realistically, you were supposed to bring off maybe Lodi. You know? Why didn't you do that? Caio Cesar, Nasser I get why Cesar, come on, impact. I get it. I asked more on this. Hamid El Yamni for Cancelo. Why in the 93rd minute? Why? I wanted Cancelo off earlier because I knew his head is not in the game. When a guy's head is not in the game and he's giving away the first goal the way he did, which is inexcusable, but because I know what he's going through, I mashiha, I let it go by, I let it pass. Sub him off. Sub him off. It's not good for him. It's not good for the team. Not at all. At least with Ruben Neves, he's going through it. By the way, they were crying through the moment of silence. I was silent. If you guys watch along, you'll see. Right? Again, condolences, thoughts, prayers goes to Jota's family and Andre Silva's family. Again, rest in peace. But again, the thing I wanted to mention here is like Neves, despite that, was still somewhat performing. Somewhat. Like I only saw him lose the ball maybe one time. And you still decide to keep on Cancelo. Cancelo's head was going through stuff, man. Sub him off. Sub him off. I'm not saying Cancelo was bad, but he's not had a good tournament. And then on top of that, he's going through something. Haram, ya akhi. Haram, sub him off. And then مصعب الجوير comes on. مصعب جوير معليش يعني أنا واحد شخص أدعمك وأعطيك الدعوة وكمان أقول لك موفق إن شاء الله بإذن الله العظيم. بس أبغى أسألك سؤال، يعني هل ناول بالأخير ليه قاعد تناول الحارس؟ يا أخي ناول اللاعبين في فريقك، ناول اللاعبين فريقك، مو بتناول الحارس آخر دقيقة. معليش مو معقولة، والله هاي الحاجة مو معقولة، لازم تصلح مرحتك يا أخي، صلح عقلك شوي. يعني خلينا نكون واقع وصريح. On a real note يا أخي. Well, come on, man. And now I'm getting message from my God, here we go. All right, but and the fact you don't bring Lijami on out of them subs, like I rather you brought on Lijami, by the way, not Blahy. Blahy made a mistake in the end, nearly cost us again. Also, let's address the second goal. So Leonardo, he scores the equalizer, right place, right time, because of Koulibaly's header. Which, well, I have to address the corner thing, right? Catches the keeper off guard, and Leonardo receives the ball, finishes. Mumtaz, great. But he loses the ball, and they go through and they have a shot. Then Neves tries to head the ball to clear, which he fails. And then where is Lodi to mark that substitute who eventually scored? Where was he? Where was he? وين جاء قاعد يناظر. والله that goal low key reminded me of when what you call it, Ivan Toney scored against Al Hilal in Stade Al Mamlaka when they beat us 3-2, in which Blahy and Koulibaly يا حبايبي احنا في الملعب الكوره ترى احنا مو موجودين قاعد نناظر بالطيران. تعرف لما انت تعرف لما واحد شخص هم واقفين بواحد منطقة عند المطار أو في الحارة أو في البيت أو أي شيء في الشوارع، قاعد يناظر الطيارة قاعد يجي يطلع من مطار الرياض ويطلع من الرياض يروح لبلد ثانية أو مدينة ثانية. For those who don't know, I said we're moving like a bunch of individuals, whether it's at home, outside the streets, neighborhoods, whatever, and somewhere near the airport. You're standing, you're watching the planes fly here and back from King Khalid International Airport in Riyadh to other cities or other countries and back and forth. يا حبايبي هذه ملعبة الكورة. This is a football pitch. This is not a location next to the airport. يا أخي. Play the game. Play the game. Play the game. Ya Hamir, play the game. You can't be moving unbelievable against City in 3 out of 4 quarters or halves, whatever you want to call it. And then all of a sudden, against Fluminense, well, it's going to watch the ball fly, go to the other. And by the way, that just proves substitution is the difference between us winning and losing today. Substitutions. Substitutions today is the difference between us winning and losing. Unacceptable. Absolutely حرام. حرام والله حرام عليكم. والله هاي. وبعدين القائدين وينكم؟ وين القائدين؟ وين؟ Where are the leaders today? The leaders were supposed to lead. I know Neves is one of them, but let him slide. Other guys, where is Savage? Where is Kenu? What play he on the bench, maybe, you know, or when he come on? Where are they? Yassine Bono is the only one that gets away with really anything today. The guy saved us in a 1v1. The guy saved us a few times. And he's been saving us a lot this entire tournament. But there was one 1v1. Don't remember what that dude's name is. I think his name's Kano. All right? He goes through 1v1 because Lodi passes the ball back. He's trying to pass back to Bono, but he mishits it. And Bono still saves that because the guy tried dribbling past him. That is something I have to say, Bono, Allah يعطيك الصحة والعافية, Allah يوفقك, Allah يطول عمرك إن شاء الله يا رب. Everybody else, على عين على الراس, بس perform, man. Perform. Like, if I go through everybody right now, Cancelo, poor, I already told you what's up. And I get it. Lodi, awful. Today he was awful. I'm sorry. Today, Lodi, poor. I get the idea playing center back, but he needs to be more focused. The guy was not focused at all today. Mut'ab al-Harbi, I did not think did too bad to be subbed off. I actually thought he was bringing energy into the attack. Nasser al-Dosri did few things well on the ball. However, some of his decision-making final third, poor. Savic, wrong place, wrong timing. Poor. Bloody, who else? Kenu off, non-existent in my opinion. I'll be real. Kenu, non-existent. Bloody, who else do we have to talk about? Leonardo, he scored, but as the overall game, poor. Absolutely, I thought he should have been subbed off, even though he scored. I didn't care. He should have been subbed off. Hamdallah should have come on way earlier for him. Hamdallah, even though he come on, didn't have much to do. However, not the best, but didn't have much time to do anything. The guy didn't have much time to do anything. So we brought him in for this tournament, and now we're eliminated. Stinker and Hook. May as well not have brought him. May as well like go buy a striker in the summer and let him go back to Shabab. Let him stay to Shabab. Now he has to stay with us. May as well. But go sign a striker because it's 6-month loan. Right? We can let him go whenever we want as well. I believe. Then who else? Who else played, bro? My head. Neves, not for what he's going through, he did okay. Not gonna, and he actually did create some chances. I have to give him that. But can I say we had around 12 corners, I think, from what I was told by him. 12 corners, 1 goal. Poor. Absolutely pathetic. اقسم بالله العظيم هذه حاجة سيئة. Yeah, we did not even try being Arsenal. We ended up being like them. سيئة. Awful. Now, but thinking of that, by the way, مقرف. Just that thought, مقرف. والله العظيم. Just thinking of the idea of Arsenal, like compared, والله العظيم هذه حاجة مقرف. Right? Who else played again? Koulibaly. He did, to be fair, he was one of our better defenders. I have to admit, he was one of our better defenders. He was the one saving us from conceding more, other than Bono. So I'll give him benefit of the doubt. Fucking who, bro? The midfield, I already addressed it. Malcolm, I thought first half not the best. Very passive on the wing. I know he was supposed to be striker, but he moved like a winger today. Very passive. However, second half, I actually thought he was moving more bravely on the ball and was actually executing his moves brilliantly. So I have not much complaints about him. Did he get so? I don't. Yeah, he got subbed off in the end. He may as well not have got subbed off. Maybe he would have been actually providing some. Who knows? Maybe that last minute. Who knows? I just think as a whole, Inzaghi subs cost us. That's what it is, and it's not good enough, man. Man of the match. I mean, if I had to say best Hilal player, probably Bono or Koulibaly. But if we had to say man of the match for their team, I thought that Martinelli guy. By the way, I have to say, what a finish. That Martinelli guy did very well today. I have to give him a lot of credit. Thiago Silva held his own defensively. Very well. And that guy, by the way, is aging like fine wine. Even that Ignacio guy done pretty good for the defense. And then other than that, Yeah, I would realistically, I would say that Martinelli guy that scored. I think he was my man of the match. He was very. I actually think European clubs need to look at that Martinelli guy more because that guy creates a lot of chances for teams, and a lot of teams could be benefiting out of this Martin. I've seen him in the Dortmund game and in. I think he looks. He's one of them players I think could be scouted. But guys, I'm gonna end it here. Again, congratulations, Fluminense, sorry, for going through Al Hilal. I'm very disappointed. Inzaghi, I'm disappointed. I expected much better from you. Like I even have this background to defend you. You know, like I have this to defend you. You know what I mean? And I even have this when I tried to troll Real Madrid, but now Madrid fan. I know one that's already waiting to troll me because what a trophy, and I get it. But I don't think people understand where I was coming from, but it's fine. Anyway, regardless, we're out. We made it further than I expected, but even then, should have taken advantage and we didn't. Haram. Anyway, guys, you know what to do. Subscribe, press the alarm bells for future content notifications, like, comment your way, go check socials, and inshallah, wherever you may be. I'm gonna bounce. See you later.